your first half, we haven't seen you guys struggle that way against that kind of caliber opponent this year. Either guy, did you guys feel like you played your best game today, or was today one of those getaway days where you guys were getting ready for a holiday break and maybe the mental focus wasn't as sharp as it needed to be early on?
I think we got up to like a 25-12 lead pretty quick, and I think we got kind of comfortable, which we can't do, especially that early in the game against a team that can get hot against any team. So I think that's something that looking forward we're going to be working on. Yeah, just gotta, even when we get ahead like that, just gotta continue to play like that the rest of the game.
What's Jordy? What is Coach Bowles like when he senses his team is getting comfortable on the floor?
I mean, you can see it in his face. You see it in his body language. Kind of like how, what I'm saying, we interpret our language with our body language as well. So, I mean, after that first half, I think we all knew that we wasn't playing our best basketball or our hardest basketball. So, I think going in the locker room, I think we all really sat down and figured out what we really needed to do, and that was more so just playing hard consistently for 20 more minutes.
Ben, we saw just about every post move in your arsenal, unless you're going to add some over break. Tied your career high of 24 points. But did you feel like you had it going when you got the ball down on the block, or you just taking what was there today, so to speak?
Well, right off the bat, I got a couple of post touches and had some finishes, and saw that they weren't doubling and weren't digging very hard to start. So we just stuck with it, and then eventually they started to dig kind of hard, and that opened up a lot of things. I know the skip pass to Lennon, a couple of kickouts to Jay where he swung to JD and just things like that. But yeah, especially when a team starts off not digging or not doubling like that, it's a little bit easier to get the game going in the post.
You had a game like that in college where you got that many buckets on that kind of assortment of post moves. You hit a fadeaway, you reverse, a spin, pump. You busted it all out. Yeah,
I think that was probably the first time I really did that.
He was eating. He was eating.
All the moves that you showcased today, which one's your favorite? Do you even have favorites?
I don't really know if I have a favorite. Kind of just try to take what they give me. The one I didn't score on, I actually got blocked. The quick spin baseline. I remember in high school I used to use that all the time, but it didn't work too well today. Kind of got stuffed a little bit. But yeah, I don't really have a favorite. Just trying to take what they give me.
Just getting buckets. Getting buckets, that's what he likes to do. That's what he likes to do.
To use your own two expressions, eating and getting buckets. You yourself, 24, 25 points, and some big time threes down the stretch there. Do you feel like you're really starting to hit your grooves that you came back landing against Riker and 16 against Purdue? Do you feel like you're hitting your stride right now?
You can say I'm hitting my stride. I mean, just biggest thing is just trying to just be consistent as I can, just each and every day, whether it's practice or it's a game. So, as long as I still stay on what I'm doing, I should be pretty fine, as long as the team.
What's going to be, you guys have one last one before MAC play starts. What's going to be the biggest thing for this team once, that second season begins?
I think a big thing is toughness. Obviously, traveling to some places in the MAC, they got some good home court advantages, and just being able to go get wins on the road is just a really valuable thing in the MAC, and that takes a lot of toughness. And so just being the tougher team, playing harder every single game is something that I think that we're going to focus on.
Slowly but surely, the health of your guys' team is starting to come back. Miles Brown with some big minutes today. How much is that really going to make a difference, make an impact, and help you guys further down the stretch here?
It'll be very helpful for us. Once we get Connor back, and once everybody just starts finding their role in the offense. Once everybody's healthy, I mean, we'll just have more fresh bodies. Instead of JP or anybody in the five. Playing a 40-minute game. You can get you a 2-3 minute break because we trust everybody on this team to be able to come in and do their job. So it'll be really nice to have these guys back.
You're starting to feel those minutes just a little bit here.
I'm glad we have a Christmas break.
When they came back in the first half, Coach kind of had like an animated timeout. What was his message to you guys during that?
I think he was just trying to get us to play harder. That was the biggest thing. Yeah, we just kind of got comfortable, and he just wanted to see us play harder, and I think that's all it was.
And then in the second half, like towards the tail end, you guys finally started stringing together some defensive stops. after the whole game and not really being able to do that? How'd that feel?
It felt good. Was just trying to seal the deal. So it was at that point in the game. Every stop mattered. So, just coming up with some good stops and some grown man rebounds down there. To finish the game was nice to get the dub.
Did Ben, they jotted a couple of them down. Ben had defensive plays too down the stretch, didn't he?
He had a couple hands on the ball, wall ups, blocks. Especially down in the last 4 minutes, man. He was playing like a really big time player. So, he keeps playing like that, man. We can be really successful down the road.
Jeff, maybe you'll disagree with this. I thought today, for big stretches, it looked like a getaway game. These games before a holiday break, call it lack of focus or guys looking forward to getting a little time away. Did you see some of that today?
Yeah, I mean, as a coach, you always worry about that. I've been on both sides as a coach and a player. One team has their bags packed, ready to roll, and a lot of times it's the home team because all the families are here and they can leave right away. Some of Morehead, some of those kids got to go back to campus first and then leave. And you worry about it from a maturity piece. We got 9 freshmen, sophomores, and those guys haven't been home in a long time. And so you stress it, you talk about it. You can do everything you possibly can to try to get them to understand. But I think the biggest thing is we got off to a good start. We let them back into it from I think a lack of defensive intensity. And at halftime, I basically just told them, I said, it's the most disappointed I've been in this group, from an effort standpoint and an energy standpoint. And we're not good enough to just roll out and beat someone, man to man, straight up 5v5. I'm not going to outcoach anybody, and we got to bring it every possession. And pretty much all year we've done that up or down. And this is the first time I really felt we let our guard down. And it wasn't an offensive thing, it was more defense. I mean, we were shooting 50%, 46 from 3, scored 38 points at halftime. So, just challenged our guys and, give them credit. And I told them, I said, if you give them confidence, it's going to be a dogfight. And it was a dogfight. And we knew coming in that Walker and Henson were their 2 go-to guys. And, anytime you're a shooter and you make the first one, the second one, that basket looks like, 4 feet wide. Unfortunately, I never had that feeling.
With that being said, I thought you would expect this, like Ben kind of struggled Tuesday night, and tonight he was pretty darn effective there at the offensive end. What did you see out of him, and what was a bounce back?
Yeah, he was a grown man tonight, and we rode him. I mean, we were designing plays for him, running almost everything through him there in that stretch. And, to play with the foul trouble he had, he played 29 minutes, and still do the things he did. I thought he got some, big-time defensive rebounds for us, scored on the block, hit some big free throws, at the end, had a couple blocks, and, I thought this was probably one of his best games.
Coach, in that final 8-9 minutes, the defense finally kind of turned it on after not really doing that the whole game. How did you feel like your team responded to some of the criticism they had in the first half and halftime?
Yeah, I think any season, any game, or any season, you're going to have games where you got to find ways to win. And, this is one of those games we had to find a way. And that's what great teams do. And, we could have easily folded like we, a lot of different times in the course of the season. But, I'll give our guys credit. We kept on talking about number 2 and 32, 2 and 32. And, towards the end there, the last 4 or 5 minutes, we got some stops on those guys. And we knew we couldn't trade baskets with them. And, so that was just the emphasis. Coming up those big rebounds when they did miss. I thought we missed some loose balls at the end that were big. Those are 50-50. Those are game-winning plays that you got to, get those loose balls, secure them, and then go to the foul line, knock your free throws in, and just extend your lead.
Jordy, with back-to-back big games for you guys in terms of numbers and things that aren't on the stat sheet, do you feel like since he's come back from injury, he's kind of starting to hit his stride, or can you see and expect more from him down the stretch?
Yeah, he was big, hit some big shots for us, and Jordy's a guy. He's got a lot of miles on his wheels. He's played in a lot of games, and if he needs a day off of practice, we're going to give it to him. And I think he's the biggest thing is just his rhythm, staying in type of shape, and he's a senior, and that's what you expect and need seniors to do.
That slowly but surely, the roster's starting to become a little more healthy. Miles Brown got some pretty good minutes today, and at one point you had
Yeah, it was good to see Miles out there, and he's going to be a good player for us. And he made couple big plays defensively for us, and he's going to be able to score for us and really create. Jay Preston's really the only guy we have that can make a play and create a shot for somebody, and Miles will be able to do that. And we just I told those guys when they come off the bench, you got to bring great energy, and you don't need to necessarily score points or make threes, but you got to rebound, you got to defend, you got to communicate. And sometimes that's tough to be in that role. I've been in that role, and we just got to keep developing those guys. Nolan should be back hopefully the 29th. He's starting to do some things, so hopefully we'll have him back 26th night when we start practicing again. Ben Roddick looks good. Not there yet. If I would guess, I would say he's probably out, at least one more game, maybe two. And then Connor's, still to be determined. He's progressing, pretty, like we thought he would. So once I'm not sure when his doctor's appointment is, but he'll get reevaluated probably next week and a half or so, kind of see what he can start doing.
You guys have one more game in non-conference play, and then the second season begins with MAC play. What's one of the things that you really want to see this program close out strong in this first stretch of the season?
Yeah, obviously our half-court defense has to get better. Rebounding has got to continue to evolve. Those are the two things that are going to win you a championship. And there aren't too many teams in the MAC where you're going to be able to just outscore them, trade baskets with them. So we got to get back to that when we get back 26th night and 27th, 8th before we play Campbell. Campbell's a really good team. I know they lost a great player in Chris Clemens, but that's a program that won last year, and those guys had a lot to do with it. So we just got to get back to work. I think the biggest thing is getting BVP and Jordan and especially Jay Preston some rest, Sylvester, these 4 days, and really get back after it. And one more game, and then it's money time.
You did enjoy seeing your team not play the way you expected them to, but did a part of you appreciate the opportunity to get ballistic today? We haven't seen you get angry or that animated with your own club.
Yeah, you don't want to. It's one of those deals where, as a coach, like you should never really have to coach effort or attitude. Those are two things that kick in control. And there's a lot of dynamics that go into them not doing it, whether they're fatigued, Christmas break, whatever it may be. And I tell them, like, you only get so many opportunities to put a jersey on. And if you guys want to play pro basketball, which a lot of those guys do, that's your resume. Like the game tape is your resume. That's what they're going to ask for. And it's one of those deals where sometimes, they don't have it. And you got to try to light into them and spark them. Sometimes you got to be positive with them. I didn't yell and scream at halftime. I just told them I was disappointed in our effort. But I felt during that timeout, they really needed a challenge because our intensity wasn't there, the effort wasn't there. And then we were positive coming out of halftime, and down the stretch talked about getting stops, not trading baskets. And they're great kids. I mean, they want to do the right thing, but sometimes as a coach you got to try to figure out what button to push, and whether it's a positivity role, whether it's getting after them. I don't like to do it. It's not kind of my style, but sometimes you need to.
Coach, how important has it been with how young your team is to have these last 5 games at home with one more coming traveling all?
Yeah, I don't know about them, but I really liked it. Not traveling. Felt like the whole month of November we were away, which we had, I think, 1 or 2 home games, and then December we were home, and I think it's good. You get the break. Not a lot of students around, so you can really focus on what we're doing. So coming back, all we have is basketball, and guys, we need to start getting in routines, and with so many young kids, routines matter. Taking care of your body, doing the right thing. You can't sleep until 10, 15, 10:30 and practice at 11. And all those little things matter. We got to get back to kind of doing all the little things, and that's on me. Sometimes our pace on offense isn't great. Loose balls, 50-50 plays. We got to get back to winning those things.
Anything else?
What do you ask for Christmas?
You know what? I'm not in Christmas mode right now. I'm going to enjoy this win, watch the tape tonight, and probably relax tomorrow. I got a little business breakfast Monday, and then I think I'll start doing my shopping the 23rd, which is probably every coach in the country. I think Amazon. You know, I gotta get on, click on that website. So, but happy holidays, everybody. Safe travels if you're going somewhere. Appreciate you guys.